Hello everyone, this is Yvette Orozco. I interviewed my mom and today I will be sharing a few pieces of her life. My mom was born February 11th, 1973 from immigrant parents. She was the youngest of 6 brothers and 2 sisters. When she was 17, she got married and started a family. Back then, you could get married at that age as long as you had your parents' consent. She became a mother of 3 during this time and eventually got divorced in 1994. She dedicated her time after to taking care of our family. She met my dad and had me while beginning her journey as a single mother. My mom eventually got remarried in 2004, and about 2 years later, in 2006, my little brother was born. She continued to work incredibly hard to provide for us and support our growth. In 2014, she got divorced for the second time and she became a single mother again. These, according to my mother, were the key events in her life. While interviewing her, she describes her first real job as being a housewife and a mother. She really enjoyed being able to stay home and take care of her children. It was very rewarding to her, and she never really felt the urge to work while being a mother and a housewife. After her first divorce, she began to work at a fast food restaurant in order to support us. She was a mom with 4 kids, and the thought of feeding and clothing us is really what got her through the difficult times of single motherhood. After a few years, she started working as a manager at a thrift store. She has worked there now for 20 plus years. She described the work as very tiring, very stressful, and sometimes overwhelming. She was always motivated by the idea of supporting her family and coming home to happy and healthy children. My mom's story made me think a lot about the public and the private sphere. She spent a large portion of her life within the private sphere, even after entering the public domain of the workforce. The private sphere was an exclusively domestic realm of home, family, and child rearing, and my mom was the epitome of this ideology. Her early years consisted of her being a homemaker. After getting married, she stayed home to ensure that the house was always clean, that there was always food prepared, and that her children, were always just taken care of and looked after. She considered this to be a very cherished time. When she began working outside the home, her thoughts always focused and centered around her presumed responsibilities as a parent. She was working in the public sphere, but maintained the normalized ideology of a woman within the private sphere. I found this very interesting because this was already so far past the early 19th century when this ideology really took hold of society, and we're still seeing the effects of this today. Her history has changed how I perceive motherhood as a whole and really taught me the value of it. While interviewing her, she said to me, "I had a few jobs, but the career I dedicated my life to was being a mom." She really taught me that I don't need to define success by the career I choose or even the societal perception of a career. I think as women today, there is a lot of pressure to find success within a high-powered career, and as women, there's this idea that we have to keep on pushing back against gender stereotypes, including being mothers. I think a woman's place in the working world is whatever place she decides is right for her. That could be motherhood or working towards being a lawyer or a teacher, or maybe it's both. Maybe motherhood and some other type of responsibility. as long as it's her choice, it is the best choice. And that is something that my mom's life has taught me. I want to thank you all for listening to her story, and I hope you all have a great day.